I'd like to discuss E with you. Before we discuss E, we need to talk about some other things that lead up to that. One of those being factorial. N factorial. That means you're going to take n, which is an integer, and multiply it by one integer less than n, and you're going to multiply that by one integer less than the previous, and you continue until that manner, until you get down to 2 times 1. Example, 3 factorial. Take 3, and then 2, and then 1. Multiply and you get 6. 5 factorial. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 20, 60, 120, I think. That's what factorial means. Take the integer that you're on, and you multiply by consecutive integers down till you get to 1. There's one exception to that, and that is 0 factorial. 0 factorial is defined as being 1. It's just a special rule for 0. Let's also discuss this symbol, which is a summation symbol. It means that you are to add a series of things together. For example, let's say that we had just sum n, and it says that we're going to start at 0 and go to 5. What you do is you take this bottom number, you put it in for n, 0, and you add to that. That's because this symbol here means summation. The next integer after 0, which would be 1, plus the next integer after 1, which would be 2. You continue until you get to this top number. Then you sum those, and you get 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. Another example of summation. Doesn't have to be that simple. We could start n at 4, and we could go to 6, and it could be n squared. It could be our function. So you put a 4 in for the n, and you square it. Put in the next consecutive integer in for n, and you square it. Put in the next consecutive integer after n, and you square it. 4 squared is 16, 25, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. Add those together, and you get 77. Here is the definition of E. E is defined as the summation of 1 divided by n factorial, starting with n at 0 and going forever to infinity. Your assignment is to calculate this. Now, to be more specific, we're going to calculate it to 8 decimal places, and we are going to have rounding error. We are going to have it. You can count on it. So here's the process that I want you to go through. So this is equal to, we're going to put 0 in for n. So 1 over 0 factorial. Plus, put 1 in, I think I might have said put 1 in for n. Put 0 in for n first, then put 1 in for n second. Plus, then you put 2 in for n. Plus, you put 3 in for n. Plus, you put 4 in for n. You continue this forever, theoretically. We don't have forever. So how far are you going to go here? You go until you get to 8 decimal places, that the 8 decimal place is not changing. So let me show you here what that's going to look like. 0 factorial is 1. 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. you are going to have to do more fractions than what you see here. So continuing to simplify, 1 divided by 1 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 24. Plus, you're going to have more fractions after that. Simplifying a little bit more, division, we get 1, 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 1 divided by 6, rounding to 8 decimal places. 0.166, and then the 8th place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, rounds to 7. Plus 1 divided by 24. I'm running out of space already. 0.0466667. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 decimal places. Continue to go 8 decimal places. But when are you finished? In other words, how do you know how many of these numbers that you're going to have 1 divided by what number factorial? You're finished when you eventually get to a point. Let me erase some of this. You're finished when you get to a point and you're adding, and your decimal ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. Once you get 8 zeros, then it doesn't matter what numbers come after this, to the right of it. They will not affect these numbers if we're only adding the first 8 decimal places. So it's possible, I'm just throwing something out there, that you could end up going 1 over 20 factorial. If that's going to give you 8 zeros, then that's how far you go. So you go until you get to, when you're dividing, the first time you get 8 zeros, then you know you can stop. Your final answer then to this problem, along with all your work, once you get to the step where you have all these decimals, let's say the one before this, just for argument's sake, 0.00000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say it's a 3. You add up all these decimals. When you do, you're going to get some number. You're going to get 2 point something. This will not be the same number you would get had you just put e into your calculator, because your calculator will not have the rounding error that we're going to have. So that's what your task is. If you have any questions, let me know. And if this is understood correctly, this will probably take you 10 to 12 minutes. If you don't understand it, please come find me, and I will try my best to explain it to you better. Thank you very much.